Good morning, everyone. Well, it's almost noon, so good late morning. How is everyone doing today? So, I just wanted to share we have to make room for the new. Now, listen, I am an avid gardener. My mom and I get it from her. We love the garden, we love to plant our flowers. And so, a couple years ago, I have found this great deal on hibiscus trees. So, for my garden lovers out there, who also may love to garden, you guys know the hibiscus trees with those big, bold, beautiful flowers, and they come in beautiful colors like orange and red and pink and yellow. Beautiful. So I was at a local garden store and they had these hibiscus trees on clearance. So I grabbed a bunch from my mom, grabbed some for me. I think I grabbed two from my mom, grabbed two for me. Now, listen, we had got such a great deal. They performed so well in the season that we had them. So we said, we're going to save these. We're going to save them for next year because we got such a great deal. Why let these go to waste? So we decided to store them. So I stored them. Listen, trying to remember to water those things in the dead of winter inside my home. It was just a lot. But anyway, we did it for 2 years. Now, this is the second year. So the first year, it was like we had to wait for them to bloom. Like they should be blooming now. And it took a while for them to bloom. They eventually got there, but it took a while. So this year I said, okay, so we tried to save them again this year. I don't know. My mom and I are kind of looking at them like, oh, they look like they might still be a little alive. So we'll see. Well, you know what I decided? I'm not waiting this year for these things to bloom. I'm an avid gardener. This is the season. I love my home to be filled with beautiful flowers and beautiful colors. I said, you know what? I'll hold on to those. When they do eventually bloom, I'll find a space for them. But I said, I'm going to get me some hibiscus trees. So I go to the garden center and I'm looking and I see they have the different hibiscus trees. Went to one store. They didn't look so healthy. I said, oh, let me try another store. So I tried another store. They didn't have any at all. So I went to another store, went to the third store. And I started looking at the hibiscus trees. They had some mandevilles. They're like climbing flowers. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do something different. I'm like, no, I really want my hibiscus. I love my hibiscus trees. So I'm looking at the hibiscus trees. Oh, they look a little healthier, but not so healthy. So I keep looking. I keep looking. I come across, and I never knew this before. So for my avid gardeners, you all may already know about this, but I come across these hibiscus trees that are intermingled with colors. So I guess how they train them, they planted different hibiscus trees of different colors and made it all into one plant. So I am so excited because here I was going to try to hold on to these old hibiscus trees that I had got on clearance a couple years ago for such a cheap price. Thought I would hold on to them, save a little bit of money, but then I knew I would have to wait for them to bloom. Changed my mind and said, no, I want to do something different. So by me letting go of the old, right? And I didn't completely let go of it because I still have them around in case they do bloom. Although I do want to say there are some things that we need to completely let go of. But with me changing my mindset and saying, you know what, let me see what's out there, I ended up with something even better. So I still ended up with my hibiscus trees, but now the colors are intermingled. So instead of the single hibiscus tree with the one color, and I would always have to choose each year, like, do I want the pink this year? Do I want the red this year? Do I want orange? Now I have hibiscus trees planted, guys, that have the colors in them. So I saw the orange, like that dark orange, red color. I saw the pink and I even saw yellow. So I'm so excited. So I wanted to share my gardening story with you all to let you guys know, to encourage you guys. Sometimes we try to hold on to stuff. We get a good deal on something, we get a good bargain on something, and we try to hold on and hold on. And that's great because listen, I love a good deal and I love a good bargain. And I will tell you, I am the type that I like to take care of my things that I have worked so hard for. I like to take care of them and I like to hold on to them. But sometimes we have to learn to let stuff go. That stuff from the old, something that we're still banking on from a year, 2 years, 3 years, sometimes it's even longer. 16 years, we're still holding on to something that's dead, that's not alive, that's not thriving. We don't want to just survive, we want to thrive. And I have to tell you, when I take a look at the finished product of my garden speaks thriving, not just surviving, thriving. And so this year, last year, when I tried to hold on to those old hibiscus trees, they weren't thriving to start. They didn't start thriving until they were there for a couple months. Now, this year, I did something different. I did something new. I found something even better. I found hibiscus trees that actually have multiple colors in them. And so I am so excited about that to encourage you all. Let go of that old thing. Make room for the new. You never know how much better, how much bigger, how much brighter, how much different, what a new level, a new dimension that this new thing might bring. So sometimes we're trying to hold on to old stuff and we think, oh my God, this is the best thing. And then you step out on faith, you let the old thing go. You may not realize it at the time, but you're actually making room for the new. And then what you end up with is 10 times better. So I want to encourage you all, make room for the new. Let it go. Let that old stuff go. As I say, clear out the weeds in your garden. Clear those weeds out so that you can see what that harvest is. What does that harvest bring? Because a lot of times, guys, when you clear those weeds out, your harvest is already there. You don't always have to buy something new to put there, because sometimes we don't take the time to clean, to weed out that stuff in our life that we need to weed out and get rid of. So we don't even see the harvest because all we can see is the weeds because we haven't cleared that area. So I want to encourage you all today, clean it out, clear it, get rid of those weeds, look and see what your harvest is. If your harvest isn't there, maybe you're clearing something out to buy something new or to welcome something new into your life that will then become your harvest. Either way, open your mind, open your perspective, and make room for the new. You all have a blessed day.